It's time for Tiger Talk, presented by Old Chicago Pizza and Tap Room. Old Chicago, amazing craft beers and food, north of I-70 in Hayes. Old Chicago, share, reconnect, celebrate. Tiger Talk is also brought to you by these premier Tiger sponsors. Golden Belt Bank of Hayes and Ellis, providing the best in-home loans to the Tiger community since 1920. The Hayes Med Orthopedic Institute, part of the University of Kansas Health System, and the official physicians for Fort Hays State University Athletics. The certified public accountants of Adams, Brown, Barron, and Ball. Your trusted advisors, providing you with commitment, experience, and integrity. BTI, your John Deere dealer, with locations in Buckland, Great Bend, Greensburg, Hoxie, Ness City, and Pratt. BTI, Valley Hope of Norton. Get help and find hope. The Taco Shop. Dine in, carry out, or delivery. You've never had it so good. Horizon Appliance and Mattress. TVs, appliances, Traeger grills, and Tempur-Pedic bedding. Open 7 days a week at 1501 East 27th in Hayes. And Eagle Communications. Internet, TV, phone. Eagle Communications. Our community connected.
And a happy Monday to you. Welcome into Tiger Talk. Gerard Welbrock with you as we talk Fort Hays State football with head coach Chris Brown. We're at Old Chicago Pizza and Tap Room, home of the World Beer Tour, 110 beers from around the world. You can ask for details the next time you're here at Old Chicago and begin your World Beer Tour. Old Chicago, your pizza and craft beer authority. We recorded over the noon hours on Monday. And here tonight with the head coach, Chris Brown. Tigers another win Saturday, 27-14 at home over Lindenwood to move to 7-2 and still tied for second of the MIAA with Pittsburgh State, a game back in Northwest Missouri State. And another nice win. I guess you're late October, you get a win. They're all nice wins.
Yeah, we'll take them any way we can get them. I thought we came out and played, pretty well on both sides of the ball. Special teams, did some good things as well. And, we just need to keep getting better, and we need to start peaking right now. This needs to be the week that we start to peak and play our best ball, going up against Northwest next week. So, we're playing okay. We still got to do things better, and hopefully our kids are focused and locked in and understand what's at stake right now.
Well, you knew it was going to be a tough game with Lindenwood. You could see that on video and just all their results and how they played people, and it certainly lived up to it. Kind of felt like the Kearney game the week before. It was a dogfight. They're a good team. They're just maybe missing a few parts to get them over the top, but really, really good football team, and they gave you a lot of fits.
They are. They're great, offensively and defensively and on special teams. When you look at their guys, they're good-looking kids. They're strong, they're athletic, got some length to them as well, and they play hard. Coach Duger's done a great job of getting those kids prepared. This has only been his second year there. He's really got those kids playing hard and playing physical and bringing better kids in, and they'll do fine in that other conference. I have no doubt about that, and they're competitive in this conference as well. And you look back, they're 3-6 now, but that's a very, very good 3-6 football team, and it's probably one of the best ones in the country.
Yeah, we always joke about that phrase gets misused a lot, but I think it applies for them. They are very good, and you kind of mentioned their redshirt freshman quarterback Brister. Very impressed with him. Good player, and I think you kind of joked after your press conference, man, I want to face him for 3 more years, then realize, hey, we don't have to.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
We don't. He's impressive.
Yeah.
He makes some things. He extends plays. He runs the ball well on the quarterback run stuff. He has a great arm. Throws the ball very well, and he's a tremendous football player. He just reminds you of your typical old Northwest quarterbacks that used to run around and make plays happen. And I'm glad we don't have to play him. And maybe it's in the playoffs or something, but it's not a regular season where it's really going to hurt you. Trying to win a conference or get into the playoffs. But he's a tremendous athlete, and their tailbacks were very good too, and their wide receivers are big kids too. They're number one. I didn't realize how good looking of a kid he really was at their tailback position. On film, he looked good, but then in person, you're like, wow, that kid is impressive looking.
Almost a receiver. He is tall and lanky. He wasn't your typical running back build, and it was hard to bring down. And then they bring in Sutherland, the shorter, more your typical running back who's very, very good. That was a pretty good 1-2 punch they had.
It was. Big, tall kid, and another one's kind of more shifty, and, one's powerful, and one is going to, make you miss and get vertical. And, they had a good game plan for us. You know, they really did. You know, their offense, they put some runs together, and you know, on film you saw them run the ball a little bit, but not as much as they tried to do it against us, and they had some success, you know, against us with it. So, you know, they were ready. They're coming into town to beat us, and you know, they gave us everything that they had, and I'm just glad we came out on the winning end.
Well, it was your 56th. I'm sure you're tired of talking about it, but you're now the all-time winningest coach at Fort Hays State, and I know you deflect it to your team, to your coaching staff, and everybody around the program, and it is really a collective effort, but a great accomplishment for you, but also for the program.
Thanks, Gerard. Yeah, and it is about the program. I mean, that's what all those records are about, and wins. I mean, even when I first started, you know, we were 4-7, but that group of guys believed in what we were doing and trusted in what we were doing and believed, and they got 4 wins, and we've just built off of it each year. And you know, great coaches, great kids, great administration, great families, you know, with the wives and the kids and all that stuff, because they miss a lot, you know. They need, you know, the wives have done a lot for us too as well, and you know, without them, none of this would be possible. But it is a group effort and it's a team effort.
And what's fun to see is different players that played for you, whether it was that first group when you won 4 games, or members from last year or 3 years ago, whenever it was. Fun to see them come back, either on the road, we run into some, at home, different games. I mean, they're all a part of this, and the success that you've had now still goes back to that first team. I mean, they laid the foundation for it. It's good to see them come back and get to appreciate it and be a part of the success that the team is having right now.
Yeah, it is, you know, and they are a big part of it. You know, I got a lot of texts from different guys and phone calls and emails, and you know, just guys showing up as well to the games, and you know, they're the biggest part of this as anybody else. I mean, because it all started with them believing and trusting in, you know, the process and understanding what we were trying to do as a coaching staff, and you know, our coaches believed in me as well, and you know, Curtis and Dr. Hammond, you know, believe in me and giving me a chance too. So. But it is it's good to see those kids. Well, I guess they're not kids anymore. They're grown up. They're men. Some have kids. You know, they're grown, and you know, they got great jobs. But it's, you know, credit goes to those guys. I mean, if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be where we are today.
It's been a lot of fun. 56 wins for the coach, including number 7 this year. They'll try for number 8 Saturday. A big one with Northwest Missouri State. We'll obviously talk about that game as we move along. We're going to take a break now. We'll take a look back at Saturday's win. Of course, we are at Old Chicago, where we record the program over the noon hours on Monday, and it's a place to watch your favorite football games this fall. And while you're in, join their OC Rewards program. It's free to new members will receive a free appetizer for up to $10 after their first transaction. It's all at Old Chicago, your pizza and craft beer authority. We'll take our first break. Be back with more on Tiger Talk right here on the Tiger Sports Network.
I'm Patty Stoll, broker-owner of Coldwell Banker Executive Realty. We want your dreams to become a reality. Coldwell Banker Executive Realty prides itself in putting you first.
There in the shotgun, takes the snap. Here comes a blitz, steps up in the pocket, goes across the middle. Hazelin wide open. Touchdown, Fort Hays State. Oh, they made it look easy on the opening drive, and it was all set up by the long kickoff return from Dandre Reed, and it's 6-0 Tigers.
Yeah, good start to the game Saturday. Tigers go on to beat Lindenwood 27-14 as Harley Hazlett finds the end zone. And done that again. Did that at Kearney. Quick start. Didn't win the toss. Got the ball and moved it down the field. And special teams was an issue a week ago at Kearney. Obviously, in your advantage this Saturday. You got a great return from Reed. Kind of bobbled it. And how many times you see that? A guy bobbles a kick return. It just throws the timing off, and he found a crease, 49 yards. You get it in great field position to start the game.
Yeah, that's why we got to start a game. You know, we always try to win the toss and defer and get the ball in the second half, but, you know, we didn't. And, you know, you got to start a game. You know, you got to set the tempo somehow. And it goes two ways. Either you ball with the ball and you get pinned deep, or you ball with the ball and you get lucky and good things happen. And thankful for Dandre that, you know, good things happened for us, and, you know, he got a good return for us, and we were able to score off of it.
So you're saying you don't practice bobbling the kick return to set up a return?
No, not really. You try not to do those things. You just catch it, get forward, get vertical, make a move, and make somebody miss and go score. But, you know, you don't really practice those bobbles too much. But, you know, in practice it does happen a little bit as well.
Well, Harley made a nice catch, another big game for him, but 4th touchdown catch this year. And it seems like all of your receivers, Lane Bieberly had another big game, another 100-yarder. That's, 3 out of the last 4. they've really elevated their play. It seems like the last 3 or 4 games from what they were earlier in the year.
Yeah, they have. They've taken some ownership, and really practiced hard to, and run their routes more physical, being more aggressive. Not worrying about press coverage and guys being on, just really trying to get off those and making things happen. And they're taking pride in it right now. So we harass them pretty much at practice about, they're not very tough. You can't get off the press. You can't do this. You can't do that. And they're out to prove us wrong. So I'm proud of those kids and when they've been playing. And Andrew Jay's had some great games this last few games too. So he's come up with some big plays for us. So these kids keep working. They keep getting better, and that's all you can ask.
Well, and I think sometimes, you take for granted running a route, whatever the designated route is, the importance of running it properly, the right steps, the plan, all those things. And you're seeing guys get open more, and I think a lot of it does go to better route running. You round off a route, and a defensive back can cover you better. If you're hard plant, you make that angle more difficult. It seems like they're doing those things better.
It's just all simple little things too. Even if a guy gets his hands on, being able to run through the through the contact and still being able to run your route at the right depth, and just little things like that, or setting a guy up with a little bit of a emotion, or stimming a guy up and getting him out of balance and beating him. So those guys have gotten better each week at doing those things, and I really do think they've gotten better at just running more physical. Not letting guys kind of push them around and beat on them. So I'm proud of them. They just need to keep doing what they're doing, and they got a test this week.
Yeah, no doubt about that. That's for certain. You're up 7-0. They come back. You force them into a punting situation. They were moving the ball, then had a big penalty, and then they eventually scored to tie it. You get a field goal, a couple of big catches from Bieberly. You miss a field goal. It's 10-7, and then the defense really kind of stepped up. You got, I think, 2 straight 3-and-outs. You got a 4th down stop, and the defense kind of bowed their neck a little bit and held them at bay, and then allowed you to get a little separation before halftime.
Yeah, they did. I wish we didn't kick that first field goal. We missed a guy. Even on the second one, we missed an open receiver as well, and Harley probably scores on that one. The one before that, Bieberly probably scores, and have to settle for field goals. Those are opportunities that we're wasting right now. We got to quit wasting those and get those things to the end zone. But I think our defense did. They finally caught up to what they were trying to do to us, to understand what they were doing offensively, and buckled down and got after them and got the ball back to our offense and gave us an opportunity to score.
This is another game where you face a lot of 3rd and longs in this game. You had a decent 3rd down conversion, but you kind of seen that trend getting better. When you got 3rd down, it was more 3rd and manageable, kind of the opposite in this game.
It was, again, it goes to bad snaps, stupid penalties, just dumb little things that we're hurting ourselves with. So, we do that this next week, and we're not going to win that game. And our kids got to understand that and stay focused and locked in and do things the right way. You see those things that just frustrate you so much as a coach, and some of your players get frustrated as well. But you got to care, and you got to make sure you start doing things the right way, so we don't have those things cost us, later on down the road.
Well, you got a little separation. It was 10-7. It got the stops. Andrew Jay had a big catch. Couldn't quite get it to the end zone, but it set up a touchdown run for you. Gave you a little bit of breathing room, and it was good to see Andrew. He had a look, because normally he's not that far downfield. He's kind of that under the short routes across the middle, those hard yards to catch, and he was wide open, and a great throw to get it to him.
It was. Chance did a good job of finding him, and that's something Chance does a good job. If it's not open one side, he can buy you a little time, and then he saw Andrew wide open, and heck, and he threw it to him. And, I wish Andrew could have got in there. Got a couple of yards away, a little more speed, he would have got it. But I just think he was so surprised how wide open he was and didn't know what to do, and was looking around to see if anybody was around. But if he just would have got straight and got vertical and looked at the scoreboard and tried to get to the end zone, he probably would have scored. But I'm proud of that kid. Andrew's done a great job for us these last few weeks, especially. He's made some really nice plays here down the stretch, and he needs to continue to do what he's doing.
And what I like, too, he looked that ball in, and you see sometimes the guy's so wide open, and they start to turn that head. They're looking to run before they catch it, and when they drop the ball, he made sure he had it secured both hands and then turned upfield.
Yeah, he does, and he's done it a couple of times the last few weeks where, like you just said, some guys just turn and look because they think they're going to score right away and drop it, and he's secure now. He catches some great balls in practice too, but he's one of those guys. He's just a great possession receiver, and you need somebody to go to and make a play. He's going to be able to do it for you.
Well, Tigner gets the run, and then I thought a big play. You got a 3-and-out for them. Got that ball back, knowing they're going to get the ball in the third quarter. Took it down. Had to settle for a field goal, but still got more points to go up 20-7 at the break.
Yeah, that's huge. We need to have those points. Right before the break, because they come out and score, gets momentum. Who knows what happens in that game? Especially with them, they're playing confident like they were. But we always got to put points on the board somehow, and there's situations there where you're thinking, man, we almost could have had a touchdown there too, but just a few little misplays that didn't work out for us. But we'll take the points. Dante's got that leg. We might as well use it, to our advantage and keep using it.
Well, the Tigers had the big lead at halftime as they go on to beat Lindenwood. We'll talk more about the second half, and eventually we'll talk about Northwest Missouri State on Saturday in Maryville. Tiger Talk presented by Old Chicago, north of the interstate in Hayes. We record it live on Mondays during the noon hour, so make your plans to join us next week for the show. And you can try one of the great pizzas with dough made fresh daily at Old Chicago Pizza and Tap Room, north of the interstate in Hayes. We'll take a break, back with more Tiger Talk after this time out here on the Tiger Sports Network, built by Paul Wurtenberger Construction.
Ready to discover something new? The next time you're in your car, tune your radio to 94.3 FM.
It's here.
It's Hayes' greatest hits.
Love it.
On 1400 KAYS and 94.3 FM. Do you believe in love? Glory days. Well,
94.3 FM, KAYS. Go ahead, check us out.
Tigers at their own 41, up 10-7. Now down to 4:09 to go in the second. Fuller in a quarterback. He's going to run near side. Now throws it deep downfield. He's got a man open. It's Jay. 15, 10, 5, and down to the 3. It'll be a first and goal. Jordan Perry saves the touchdown on a 56-yard bomb from Fuller to Andrew Jay.
Yeah, that was a big catch by Jay. It was close where the chance was over the line of scrimmage, but I think he had part of his body on the line of scrimmage. But it worked out well on that play. We talked about it last segment and set up a big touchdown for you guys.
Yeah, it did, and it was close. Watching on film, it was close. He threw the ball, and then his foot did come down the line, but as long as you're behind it, you're behind it, and it was a huge play for us.
Well, and you mentioned his scrambling ability, and he does extend plays and just makes the defense have to defend a little bit longer, and it proved very beneficial right there. And he could have run the ball. I mean, there was running space ahead of him, but obviously found the wide open receiver further downfield.
Yeah, and he's one he's not looking to run. He's a guy that wants to look and see who's downfield, get guys open, and move the ball downfield. And that's why we like him so much. He just does a great job of being aware of where everything's at, and understanding routes and where guys are at, and pressure as well. He feels the pressure pretty well, and he likes to check it down to his backs too. So he did a good job. I mean, he's getting better each week, and he's going to be a good one, here in the future.
And he had to play a lot more. Jacob got sacked, was out after that first possession in the first half or the third quarter, and so he pretty much had to go of it the whole second half.
Yeah, we did. Just precautionary stuff. Just kind of like with Jose too. We got the lead. We kind of got the game in hand a little bit. We don't have it in hand, but it's
right.
One of those situations where you don't want to take the chance of hurting a kid worse than what he is right now. And just the more bangs and hits they get on a shoulder or on a knee or whatever it might be, it's it's going to hurt a little bit longer. So we just want to make sure that we're safe and precautionary. Because that's the most important thing is the health of these kids, and we got to look out for them.
Both going to be okay, play Saturday?
Yeah, they should be fine. I'll hear more from Nate, this afternoon. But, talking to the kids after the game, they seem like they were good.
Well, that's good. And obviously the Tigers got the win. And you're right. You felt like you're in control. You just obviously had to close the deal. And as we've said all along with them, even with Chance, I mean, good opportunities, new situations, got to learn sometime. And that was a good one, knowing, hey, it's on your shoulders right now. And answered the call and did a good job. Obviously his best game of the year. He throws for over 200 yards and the touchdown, and directed some good drives in that second half.
Yeah, he did. And I think all those reps beforehand, up to this point, have really helped him prepare and be ready for this situation. And he knew it was his chance. It was his turn, and he took advantage of it, and he got in there and played a good, very, very good game for us. And Tevin Evans went in for Jose and played well there too. So an opportunity for two kids to get in there and make some things happen, and they both got it done. Well,
the Tigers got the win, although it was certainly not easy. Up 20-7 at halftime, and they do what you hope they wouldn't do. They go down to the first possession and score. They never had a third down play on that drive. That went 8 plays and 65 yards, and boy, you look up and it's a ball game.
It's a ball game, and it's missed tackles here, or a guy getting out of coverage here. It's just one thing or another. So those are things that we got to fix and get better at. But they did exactly what you didn't want to do: go down and score. Just like you said, if we could have got them to a 3 and out and scored right away, offensively, then who knows how that game ends up. But they did it. They made it a battle. They made it a game, and it was a fun game.
But then I think the defense again comes through after that. You force them into a 3-and-out. You get a big sack on the next possession after that. Force them into a 3-and-out. You guys get the touchdown to push the lead to 13. Hold them to a field goal, and then I think their next 2 possessions all had huge sacks on 3rd down. Defense got some pressure. You had 4 sacks in the game.
Yeah, they did. The defense, really started buckling down towards the end there and getting after. I saw them play harder. When we got those sacks, and one guy got one, then another one. Somebody else wanted to get one, and it was good to see. And just guys putting pressure on the quarterback, making him move around, get uncomfortable a little bit. And Colt was one of those. I think Swopes got a sack as well, and there's a few others I know.
Traxel got credit for half of one too.
So those guys just getting after it and pinning theirs back and making things happen. And and all that goes down to coverage too. Some coverage sacks as well.
Tigers get the win, 27-14 over Lindenwood. They're now 7-2, getting set to take on the Bearcats in Northwest Missouri State in Maryville once again on Saturday. We'll get into that a little bit more as we continue here on the program. We're at Old Chicago, where we record it during the noon hour on Monday. So make your plans to join us here next week for lunch, or you can stop by anytime. Old Chicago, burgers, sandwiches, salads, distinctive taproom fare. We're fortunate we get to eat lunch for the program, and we have not been disappointed with anything on the menu. So there's something for everyone in the family at Old Chicago Pizza and Tap Room. Serious craft brews, seriously good food. We will take a break. Be back with more on the Tigers Sports Network, built by Paul Wertenberger Construction.
Hi, everyone. This is Gerard Welbrock inviting you to join us for Tiger Talk. We record it over the noon hours, Mondays at Old Chicago, north of the interstate in Hayes, and play back at 6 o'clock Monday nights on Tiger Radio Mix 103. You can also catch it on Eagle TV's Channel 14 and 614, Tuesday and Wednesdays at 10 a.m. and 7 p.m., and always on HaysPost.com. So join us for Tiger Talk over the noon hour, Mondays at Old Chicago. Back to pass, Fuller dumps it in the flat. Hickman wide open, up the near sideline, they miss a tackle, to the 20, to the 15, cuts in 10, 5, touchdown! Fort Hays State, 46 yards! Fuller to Hickman, and a simple swing pass is a touchdown, and it's 26-14 with 2:05 to go.
Yeah, that was a big touchdown in the third quarter. Late in the game, ended up being the final score. We talk all the time. Downfield blocking, just you never know when a little play is going to be a big play. Chance checks down to the running back, and a clear lane up the sideline, 46 yards, and what was going to be a simple maybe 8 or 9 yard gain because everybody was covered, ends up being a touchdown and really kind of the game breaker.
It is. It's all about the blocking downfield. Coach McCray does a good job with that. Coach Zoda as well with the tight ends, and that's what sprung that play. They ran their routes, nobody was open, dumped down at the back, and they blocked their tails off. And then DJ made a nice move down towards the 5 yard line, 10, and jumped inside, made a couple guys miss, and got vertical and scored. So that's a big play on all their parts, and it's all that blocking downfield that makes things happen.
Keep seeing him emerge more. He's getting more time, getting more carries, but his development along with Tigner has made them a pretty good combination back there.
It is. Tig's more of that downhill, powerful, hit you in the mouth running back, and, DJ kind of just gives you a little bit of shiftiness and getting vertical and, trying to make some guys miss. But, they're good together. I like watching them work together, and, they still got to get better. They still need to play more physical, more aggressive. I'm that coming from a safety that coaches running backs. But, they need to get after it, and they do some good things. I still need to see better out of them.
Offensive line, it's been so maligned all year with injuries. Had another one go down on late in the game on Saturday. You're down to about 5 or 6 guys, aren't you?
Yeah,
you could suit up.
Yeah, Coach Bryant's about to suit up.
He'd probably like that.
Yeah, he had to call plays and all that stuff while he's out there playing, but. We got a few. We're still young. We got some freshmen that if we need to play them, we can play them. We got another junior college transfer that if we need to can play too. But I think, Toby will be okay. I think he'll be fine as well. I think he's just a little strained, but it's something as a lineman you play with. Your whole body's strained by this time of the season. So. It's just one of those things you got to fight through the pain and get on the field and get after it.
Well, you could see a guy just one of those old linemen. You feel bad as someone rolls up behind you, and there's absolutely nothing you can do. And preventative measure, I know they wear the knee braces to help from those side angles, and that has helped a lot. But they're just so vulnerable, especially on those close to the goal line plays, everything just gets condensed so tight.
It is, and I feel sorry for those guys. I mean, because they get no glory, whatsoever. I don't even know if anybody knows their name.
We try to
in
mention
the stands,
them a few times in the game.
But that's what makes your offense go. If it's not for those guys up front, nothing's going to happen. They've done a good job protecting their quarterbacks. Doing a good job of getting some running lanes as well. And when you're changing in and out each week, who's playing where, it's hard. And they've done a good job of taking ownership and trying to get better and doing the best that they possibly can. And but this is the week they got to be real good.
All right. Well, we're going to take our final break. We're going to talk about Saturday's game. It's been one that I think a lot of folks have been anticipating since last year and has a lot of ramifications on it as well as the Tigers head to Maryville to take on the now 10th-ranked Northwest Missouri State Bearcats. Tiger Talk recorded at Old Chicago Pizza and Tap Room over the noon hour on Mondays. Old Chicago, your craft beer authority, over 40 rotating draft beers. So stop by today north of the interstate at Old Chicago Pizza and Tap Room. We'll take our final break. We'll preview the Bearcats when we come back on the Tiger Sports Network, built by Paul Wurtenberger Construction.
As you plan for your business in 2018, advertising should be an important part of your growth strategy. Digital marketing puts your business in front of the right customers online. Advertising with the Hayes Post ensures your message will be viewed 1.5 million times a month, including 375,000 unique views a week. Are you ready to grow your business? Advertise with us today. It's affordable and it works. Call us today at 785-628-0467. Eagle Communications, our community connected.
Tigers to the line, 29, leading by 13, full to throw, looking for Lane Bieberly, and he makes the catch, he holds it in at the 5, over his back shoulder, he pulls it in over Ricky McCoy, first and goal down to the 4-yard line with a 25-yard bullet.
That was a nice pass from Fuller to Bieberly. Put Lane over 100 yards for the third time in 4 games, and it was a dart. I mean, that was right on the money. Lane's the only guy who could catch that ball. You didn't score, but as it turned out, it was a point of the game. It didn't really matter. You're able to pretty much run out the clock and end the ball game. But that was a beautiful throw and a great catch by Lane.
It was. It was a third down play that we needed to get it. We needed a first down to run out the clock and or try to run out the clock.
Yeah.
It was a great throw, and it wasn't even the side that we were going to throw to. Chance just we had another play called. He looked at that side, didn't like what was called, so him and Beebs hooked up, but that's just Chance putting the ball where it needs to be, and Beebs making a nice catch.
Well, Tigers end up running out the clock. They get the victory and knock off Lindenwood, and almost kind of you breathe a sigh of relief. We talked about it last week. Do you worry about your team just taking a deep breath with all the pressure of having to win out? You had an emotional win at Kearney, a hard-fought game, and it looked like they handled it well. But sometimes you get done with a game like that, and you're just glad we got through that. We survived it. Now we can set our sights, and that's the game everybody's been waiting for, the Northwest Missouri State game. And you got through that, and now you can focus on the game that I know has been in the back of everybody's mind. I know you've done a great job of trying to not think ahead, but it's still there.
It's still there. It always is, because that's the game that I think everybody in the conference, looks at it is that game right there. And, our kids have done a good job of doing enough to win those ball games and getting things done. So hopefully now that's behind us, now we're moving on to this one that we're better now, and we compete a lot harder. We finish plays, do the things that we need to do to go win this game. But it's going to be a hard battle, and it's going to be a tough fight. And they're a good football team. They're
a very good football team, and once again, you look at their defense. I think they allow them the fewest points in the league. They are very stingy against the running game, and I guess probably start right there. I mean, that's been a bit of a challenge this year, establishing that running game, and now you're going against a team who's one of the best in the country. But I'd imagine that's still key to establish at least a little bit. If you're not going to run for 200 yards probably, but be able to run the ball enough so you're not one-dimensional in that game Saturday.
Yeah, we got to try to keep them honest, in the run game as well. And so we got to find a way to try to establish that run game, if we can. And I think we can. If our kids just buckle down and play physical and play aggressive and we get moving on the front line, some good things can happen, and maybe we can bust one, here and there. But if we can't establish run game, we won't get one-dimensional, and now they're just going to tee off and get after our quarterbacks, with that pass rush. But it's down to our guys. How bad do you want this? And you got to come to practice with a purpose this week, and we got to be physical and aggressive and relentless.
get the feeling it could be similar to last year, and we figured going in it might be a defensive game. I mean, obviously their defense is great, but your defense has been pretty solid all year too, and that was kind of the same storyline going into last season. It proved, 13-12 the final. One play here or there could be the difference, and you mentioned last week missed an open receiver. Those are the type of plays you're going to have to hit if they present themselves in that game.
Yeah, every opportunity you get, you got to take advantage of it. You know, if you waste an opportunity, it's going to kill you. If you have a stupid penalty, it's going to kill you. You know, just all stupid little things, bad snaps will kill you. You know, if we're in coverage and we're not getting to our coverage, you know, on defense, it's going to hurt us, or somebody gets out of a lane. I mean, every little thing matters this week, and that's just the way it is. If you want to get, you know, win the conference and get into the playoffs, you got to do everything perfect, and you got to be locked into practice this week and making sure you're doing your job. So on Saturday, you're ready.
They start a redshirt freshman quarterback, and there's some good young ones in the league. Braden Wright, 10th in the country, I think, in points responsible for in a game, so he has his hand in a lot of what they do. They've also, I think, gotten their running game a little bit better. That was a problem a year ago. They probably didn't run the ball as well as they had in the past, but it all kind of starts with a redshirt freshman, and we're fortunate because you've played the team the team you play have always played Northwest the game before, so you've seen a lot of Northwest all year. It's been Pitt State in the past, so you see them every week when you're breaking down your opponent, and he just gets better each and every week.
He does. You know, he's got a good arm, runs the ball very, very well, sees things well. He's got a good O-line. You know, he's got some great running backs. Like they use 3 running backs. Got some very good receivers with Bain, you know, especially, you know, the top one, probably one of the top ones in the league.
Yeah.
But, you know, he's a good quarterback. I mean, he's not a freshman anymore. And, you know, this is going to be his, 9th game, 10th game of starting. And, you know, he's getting better each week. I mean, he's tough to bring down. I mean, he runs physical. He runs hard. And he's broken off a lot of long runs for touchdowns. And, you know, we got to know where he's at, keep him in the pocket, contain him, and not let him get out.
How about these Nebraska guys playing quarterback? Lopers have one very similar to that. And special teams, always key. You've been pretty solid all year. They've had a couple of punt returns. And you look at their games, they're not just blowing people out 68-3 like, you know, we've seen in years past when they were rolling through national championships untouched. I mean, the games are closer, but you look at the Lindenwood game, you look at the Kearney game, you even look at the Pitt State game. It's a little window, about 5, 6, maybe 8 minutes. You make a mistake, they score. Then maybe they get a special team score, some big play. And all of a sudden a 10-7 game is a 24-7 game, and it's an uphill battle, and that kind of is where they win those games. They're doing a lot more of that this year.
They do, and that's what great football teams do. You know, you give an opportunity to make things happen, you know, they're going to do it. You make a mistake, they're going to capitalize on that mistake. So you got to make sure you go in there mistake-free. And, I mean, you're not going to be mistake-free, but, you know, if you do make a mistake, it's not one that's going to cost you. And, you know, we got to be great in special teams coverage, you know, making sure we're running our lanes, doing our jobs, and, you know, in our kickoff return and our punt return, you know, we got to do the same thing, you know, break some big runs, you know, and get some big returns. And offensively, we got to be able to establish the run game, you know, hopefully beat them deep a couple of times. And defensively, we can't give up the big play, keep everything in front. But, you know, it's going to be a good football team. Hopefully we get ourselves locked in and ready, and which I think our kids will. And it all comes down to preparation. If you prepare, you know, you got a great opportunity to win the game.
How much, and I know it's a different team, new year, but winning there a year ago, that's got to help. I mean, we saw it with Pittsburgh State for so many years, just could not get over the hurdle of beating Pitt State. You finally did it on their field. And not that they're not going to beat Fort Hays State again, but you just get the sense, the confidence for the Tigers when they go to Pittsburgh. It's like it's any other game we play, we got a chance. How much does that carry over to Saturday for your guys having won there a year ago for the first time since joining in the league?
Same thing. Everybody's beatable. You know, when you finally beat a team for the first time, it just kind of takes that monkey off your back, and your kids can kind of relax a little bit and, you know, have that belief that, hey, we're good enough. And we are good enough. You know, our guys got to believe that and go in there with confidence, not cockiness, but confidence and believing you can get the job done and knowing we can get the job done. Because I know we can. We just got to go in there and play a great game and play to the best of our abilities and eliminate mistakes and play hard. You know, we got to play hard for 4 quarters and play physical for 4 quarters. If we can do that, we got a great chance to win it.
All right, should be a lot of fun. I know a lot of folks have been anticipating this in a while. It's going to be a big crowd as always, and should be a great environment and a fun football game. Coaches, we appreciate the time. Have a great week of practice. Can't wait till Saturday.
Yeah, thanks, Gerard.
There you go, head coach Chris Brown with us at Old Chicago Pizza and Tap Room. We're recorded over the noon hour on Mondays. Order online at oldchicago.com and make your to-go orders a breeze. Old Chicago, your craft beer authority north of the interstate in Hays. Hey, if you missed any the program, you can always catch the video replay of the program, first off, on Tuesday and Wednesday on Eagle Cable TV, 10 a.m. and 7 p.m. on both Tuesday and Wednesdays on Channel 14 and 614 of the Eagle system. And, of course, you can watch it anytime online at HayesPost.com. Look for the Eagle TV icon up in the left corner, then click on Tiger Talk. And, of course, the program is there as always and free for you to watch. Although we've been told we're much better to listen to than watch the program.
Yep.
But you're certainly able to do that if you want. Tiger Talk, as we said, presented by Old Chicago Pizza and Tap Room, your craft beer authority, north of the interstate in Hayes, Serious Craft Brews, and Serious Good Food. It's also brought to you tonight by the Hayes-Med Orthopedic Institute, part of the University of Kansas Health System. Adams Brown, Barron and Ball, the Taco Shop, Golden Bell Bank of Hayes and Ellis, Horizon Appliance and Mattress, BTI, Valley Hope of Norton, and by Eagle Communications. It is a 1:30 kick Saturday afternoon, a little bit different start time. 1:30 kick from Bearcat Stadium in Maryville, and we'll be on the air at 12:30 with the Auto World pregame show. Hope you can join us. Should be a lot of fun. The Tigers of Fort Hays State, the Bearcats of Northwest Missouri State. It's going to wrap up the program. We hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you here again next Monday night for Tiger Talk at Old Chicago Pizza and Tap Room, north of the interstate in Hayes, on the Tiger Sports Network.
That was another legend on 99 KZ Country. And yes, before that, we had a brand new artist. Your home for today's stars and the legends. We play real country. I'm Teresa Trapp. Weather, news, sports, it's all here. We're on Facebook, and there is a listen live link at HayesPost.com. Dial us in on your radio at 99.5 FM. KHAZ, Real Country. 99 KZ Country.